What would you do if you had no job and only borrowed places to stay? Here's one of the things we learned in a year and a half of being homeless and unemployed. I am a very task-oriented person. Rest is not in my vocabulary. Rest is the hours I get to sleep at night. I am simply fine hopping from one task to another during the day. I will tell myself that as soon as I get these 3 things done, I will sit down and rest. Of course, that never happens because after those 3 things are done, there are 3 more things waiting. During this time of transition, we were living in a much smaller house, furnished with someone else's things in a much smaller yard. We were very blessed by this, but I was kind of bored and restless to say the least. I needed projects, and I will talk about one project later in one of these lessons, but it also forced me to slow down a little. There are several references in Scripture to times when Jesus rested, but I am reminded of one time in particular that Jesus' rest did not seem like it fit into the circumstances around him. Matthew tells of a time when Jesus got into a boat and his disciples followed him. Out of nowhere, a storm overtook them, the waves covering the boat, but Jesus was asleep. During this time, we definitely felt like a storm was raging around us, a storm of silence. So maybe more specifically, the storm raged within us. Feelings of hopelessness, doubt, confusion, insecurities, uncertainty of the future. I could go on and on. We were surrounded by thoughts and emotions of destruction. We were more like the disciples in the story in Matthew. We were worried, concerned, and afraid, and yet when Jesus was in the boat with the storm raging around him, he slept. Honestly, when we were in the middle of our storm, we felt like Jesus must have been sleeping again. In the middle of our storm, it seemed the Lord was silent. In fact, our whole storm seemed eerily silent, as if there was nothing. No calling, no information, no friends, no job, no other options, just silence. This was so hard for me, and I can't say I have this one figured out, but I eventually learned to allow myself to seize the silence and rest. It was okay to lay in the swing in the backyard on a Saturday morning and read a book, or sit on the porch with coffee and listen to it rain. During that time, I probably napped too long with my youngest in the afternoons, but I think it was all beneficial. As always, we hope these short videos bless you. Be sure to like and share, and please feel free to comment and tag anyone you know that might be encouraged by our story. Can't wait to cross paths with you again soon. Love you guys.